Hi, welcome to this video presentation by the Unknown India YouTube channel. Misconception number 9. Indians learnt mathematics from Greeks, Arabs and others. This is a preposterous twist of truth because the rest of the world actually learnt most of the mathematics from India. We will prove this with a few examples. In our previous episode, that is part 3 of the 10 misconceptions about Indian civilization series, we had established that Indians actually invented the decimal number system, which later traveled to Middle East and Europe. We have provided a link to that video in the description of this video. Please check it out. In this video, we shall look at other inventions and discoveries of Indians in mathematics. The quest for Vedic Indians to invent geometry arose from the need to construct ritual fire altars accurately. During the Rigvedic times, that is 4000 to 4500 years before Common Era, fire altars in 3 geometric shapes were known, namely the square, circle and semicircle, as per the Rigveda verse 236. These 3 types of altars have also been excavated in several Harappan sites, including Kalibangan in Rajasthan, and are dated to the early Harappan period of 3200 to 2600 years before Common Era, that is over 5200 to 4600 years ago. We are all very familiar with the Pythagoras theorem in geometry, possibly learnt in secondary school or middle school as it is called now, attributed to the Greek philosopher-mathematician Pythagoras, who lived during 570 to 490 BCE. But actually it was invented by Maharishi Baudhayana, who was both a great expert in Vedic rituals and mathematics. His treatise Baudhayana Shulba Sutra, dated around 800 BCE, actually lays out the sutram or rule in this Sanskrit verse. Meaning of this verse: areas produced separately by the length and breadth of a rectangle together equal the area produced by the diagonal. The Shulba Sutram, or set of rules for measuring and constructing fire altars at the sacrificial site, is only a part of the Shrauta Sutram, which deals with all aspects of Vedic rituals. Other Shulba Sutras by Baudhayana and other Rishis such as Apasthambha and Katyayana have rules or sutras that describe in detail how to construct 3-dimensional fire altars with complex shapes. These are made from bricks and tiles having shapes of rhombus, parallelogram, quadrilateral, triangle, rectangle and square that snugly fit together. These rules indicate very deep knowledge of geometry among Vedic Indians. And it is amazing that Vedic Indians executed these with just ropes, sticks and pegs. The cynicism of Westerners that the Vedic Indians did not have the necessary precision instruments for executing geometric shapes accurately reeks of ignorance and prejudice. The earliest tables of the length of a chord in a circle in steps of 15 degrees of the extended angle are attributed to the Greek astronomer and mathematician Hipparchus, considered by Westerners to be the father of trigonometry. Refined tables with steps of half a degree are attributed to the Alexandrian astronomer and mathematician Ptolemy. But none of these tables have survived the passage of time to lend credence to these Western claims, which are just hearsay. Further, chord tables are not trigonometry, as emphatically and correctly asserted by Sri Rajvedam. On the other hand, Indian astronomer-cum-mathematicians have contributed significantly to the evolution of modern trigonometry. They invented trigonometry to observe the planets and stars more precisely. Thus, Aryabhata used linear interpolation for calculating trigonometric functions. Bhaskara 1 had an analytical formula for sin x, and Brahmagupta used second order interpolation. Surya Siddhanta, dated in the 4th to 5th century of Common Era and revised around 800 of Common Era, presents modern trigonometric functions for sine, wherein, which is 1 minus cosine, and inverse sine. Thus we see a clear chain of subsequent generations of Indian mathematicians raising the bar and striving for refinement and greater precision in their formulations. In this line of illustrious mathematicians, we have the brilliant Madhava going on to invent the infinite series of trigonometric functions long before the invention of calculus. The discoveries of infinite series of trigonometric functions are attributed by the Western world to Sir Isaac Newton for the sine and cosine functions, and to the German mathematician Gottfried Leibniz for arctan function. Both of them lived from the middle of the 17th century to early 18th century of Common Era. But much earlier, in the 14th century itself, an Indian mathematician and astronomer called Madhava Nambudri of Sangamagrama near Cochin in Kerala state of India had discovered these infinite series of trigonometric functions. He also has contributed significantly to several branches of mathematics such as calculus, trigonometry, geometry and algebra, including the discovery of an infinite series for the irrational number pi and its value correct to 11 decimal places. This infinite series is again wrongly attributed to Leibniz and Gregory. He also founded the Kerala School of Astronomy and Mathematics. We have just given a glimpse of some prominent examples of the vast storehouse of inventions and discoveries by Indian mathematicians. In order to keep this video short, we are just giving brief synopsis of other major ones. The very useful combinatorics formula was discovered by Mahaviracharya, Indian mathematician, in 850 of Common Era, but the credit for this is given to Blaise Pascal and Pierre de Fermat, two French mathematicians who rediscovered it around 1650 of Common Era. We have a full video on this as per the link given in description below. Please check it out. The several lemmas and theorems on cyclic quadrilaterals by Brahmagupta in the early 7th century of Common Era have been wrongly credited variously to several Western mathematicians such as Euler, Snell, Lullier, etc., all belonging to either the 17th or the 18th century of Common Era. Aryabhata gave a very simple method of solving quadratic equations in early 6th century of Common Era, but it is attributed to Al-Khwarizmi, the Persian mathematician of 9th century Common Era. We can go on and on with several hundreds of such examples of discoveries or inventions by Indian mathematicians which have been wrongly credited to others. So we are compelled to ask several questions. Why was due credit denied to Indian mathematicians? Was it because of ignorance, pride, or prejudice, or some other reason? Western intellectuals need to reflect on this. But perhaps the problem lies also with the Indians. Have they taken up these cases strongly in international fora? No. What about the common folk in India? Are they even aware of all this? Why are their history and maths textbooks hiding these facts? Indifference or systematic denial? Even those who are aware, are they proud of these discoveries and inventions? If so, are they passing on the information down to generations? No. A lot of introspection is needed by Indians themselves. Please check out the playlist of all our videos on Indian science, as well as the playlist of previously published episodes of the 10 Misconceptions about Indian Civilization series, and please also subscribe to our channel by clicking the relevant links. Thank you.